Hey there, my name is Daniel Tiblitz, and I'm a Christian social worker from Fort Worth, Texas. I want to take a few moments to describe what it is to be a Christian social worker. Before I go into that, I would like to really set the foundation on what social work is. And so, regardless of our background and our perspective on life, we can look at the world around us and look at how we're feeling about that world and see that not things are not perfect. Things are not how they should be. And so a social worker comes in and looks at the whole picture of people's lives and what's going on in communities and tries to help people navigate those things to help fulfill the purpose for those things and to help put everything back together. And so that comes through possibly counseling, what we would know as counseling. That may be what referred to as case management. So having a good knowledge of different community resources and things out there that can help people in their challenges and connecting people with those resources. And it could look like advocacy, which is going to legal arenas and talking about different challenges and what could be done with those challenges. It looks like research and looking deeper into the problems that we see around us. It looks like training, helping people understand the different challenges that are out of people's control sometimes, and helping them accommodate those when they may have not been accommodated in the past and because there was a lack of understanding. And so, all of this to say that social worker helps individuals and groups have a more fulfilling life here on earth. So, being a Christian social worker is about perspective. And so, what makes the difference between a Christian and a non-Christian social worker is the perspective on what informs our work. Regardless of our worldview, whether Christian or non, we use evidence and research and things like that to help guide us in making sure we're working effectively in the lives of the individuals and groups we're serving. And so the main difference comes in from what perspective we're looking at that research and the different things that inform our work, from which we're looking at those things. A Christian perspective is based on a biblical worldview, and so we're filtering through the research and things that we see in the world around us through a Christ-centered lens and to really see the bigger picture, the eternal picture of what's going on around us. And so this perspective, I've come to know this perspective as something that is like I mentioned, the eternal nature. It's something that spans across generations and cultures. When sometimes the culture and the perspective changes in a non biblical or Christian worldview. We have shifts in culture and shifts in generation if we're looking from a non-Christian point of view and not seeing that eternal picture. And so what that means is that from a Christian perspective is that the eternal worldview that we have, it helps provide people a eternal perspective on their future, and for many that helps bring more hope. When we look through the lens of the world around us and the natural world and what we see through science, we're looking at that from based on cultural perspective and generation perspective, and these are things that are not forever things. They're decaying, they're temporary. They're things that are not. We can't know they're going to be forever. And so that's going to be when we lack a biblical worldview. We have to depend on these things that we don't know if they're going to last forever. So it's hard to have a hope that lasts forever and bring that hope to the people we're working with. And I want to make it clear that a true Christian is not going to reject science. The appreciation of science certainly comes from a different place. With a Christian, the science is okay. This is this shows God's glory. Like, look at this world around us. It is hard to miss God's glory around us. Okay, so when we don't have that perspective, when we're looking at things from a worldly perspective, we fall into we fall into the cultural and the natural look at things, and everything flows through that temporary perspective of these things that may go over here or may go over there, and so we can explain with a Christian point of view. We can explain the good and the bad of the world, and sometimes it's hard to explain that without an eternal perspective, at least from what I've come to know, and so that's the perspective from which I work, and how I see Christian social work, and so I hope that's helpful. I also want to, before I close, make it clear that as a Christian social worker, I want people to know that this is not something that let's just pray about it and it'll take care of itself. As Christians, we are called to live out and to work out our faith. That means we are out there doing physical things in a physical world, having physical relationships, experiencing mental feelings and anguish and anxiety, and we are here to navigate these things and to help others navigate them. So prayer is wonderful and very important, and at the end of the day, that is the most important way we can walk forward with people in our lives. But we are here to physically and emotionally support other people, whether we're social workers or not. And so I want to make it clear that when I say I'm a Christian social worker, I'm not just praying. I'm walking in the mud. I'm walking in the hard times and the good times with those people I'm serving. I love people emotionally and spiritually, and show that love physically, and this is not a hey, I'll pray for you, see you later, because that's not what God intends. He wants us to work, to be here and get out there and walk with people. And so I hope that gives a clear picture of why I do what I do and what it is what I do. Christian social work. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Questions, feedback, concerns, anything like that, please do not hesitate to reach out. You have a wonderful day, and God bless you.